Hello and welcome to the Make a Wish Fest event. It looks like it is the continuation of our Countdown to Sweet Dreams event with the rice cake and Kiana still trapped in a dream. Not sure, but I think it will be also a big one episode. If not, then welcome to part 1. And well, let's just start. After the incident in Purusha was resolved and before the expedition to the alien planet commenced. That sounds very... it's exactly the same what it was during the Sweet Dream event. Kiana and Rice Cake ended the crisis in their Dream of Spring festival, and now, as everyone awoke from their dreams, they would soon discover that an even bigger surprise awaited them.
保证完成任务，德丽莎姐姐。
Oh my god, we're starting cute straight up. I promise to complete this mission, Big Sis. Delisha Chicha. Damn, so much cuteness in one picture.
不用上升到任务的程度啦，高高。你只要和 Kiana 一起按时体验新年乐园的活动就好。
You don't need to make it a mission, Ricey. Just enjoy the activities in the Spring Festival Park together with Kiana on time. Ricey, look how sweet it is.
你喊大姨妈什么？你在梦里可没这样喊过她。
Wait, what did you just call her? You never called her that in your dream.
德丽莎姐姐，大蓝猫凶我。
Big Sis, that big lazy cat is being mean to me.
我哪有凶你啦？还有，凭什么大姨妈是姐姐，我就是大懒猫？再不然也要喊我大懒猫姐姐吧。
I'm not being mean to you, and why does Auntie get to be called Big Sis while I'm just big lazy cat? At the very least, call me big lazy cat sis.
谁叫你在新年之梦结束后又睡了2天？牙医姐姐拿好吃的来没用，布拉尼亚姐姐喊你打游戏也不行，这不是大懒猫是什么？
Who else would sleep for 2 entire days after that dream? Even when May brought delicious food, or when Bronya called you to play games, you wouldn't wake up. If that's not being a big lazy cat, then what is?
大姨妈，你看她。
Auntie, look at it.
Kiana， 虽然我们早已经习惯你因为测试全能而透支体力，再睡上1-2天的事了，但对高高来说，确实是头一遭。
Kiana, we are used to you exhausting yourself from testing authority and sleeping for a day or 2 afterwards, but it's the first time for Ricey.
他的心情显然是明知道你没事，却还是担心你有事。
It's clearly worrying about your health despite knowing you are okay.
我才没有。
I did not.
没有吗？那又是谁这2天寸步不离 Kiana 的床铺，还非要和她挤着睡呢？
Who was it then, staying by Kiana's bed for the past 2 days and even squeezing into her bed?
是大蓝猫睡觉不老实，总喜欢踢被子。要是没有本大人帮他掖被子，他醒了之后一定会感冒。
It was because the big lazy cat keeps kicking off her blanket in her sleep. Without me here to tuck her in, she would have definitely caught a cold. By the way, Rice Cake's voice actor, at least in Chinese, it is... Wait, I'm not even sure if this Chinese or Japanese version was, but yeah, it's Kiana's one too.
那你非要陪着 Kiana， 又帮 Kiana 掖被子，是不是因为你担心她感冒会错过新年乐园的活动？
Didn't you stay by her side and tuck her in because you were worried she would catch a cold and miss Spring Festival Park event?
那个...
About that.
哦。
Why so cute?
不准发出这样的声音，小心本大人咬你！好。
Don't you make that sound? Watch it, or I will bite you.
看到你们相处的这么融洽，我就放心啦。你们俩在新年之梦里忙活了这么久，就算比其他人多休息一会儿，也很正常。
I'm glad to see you two getting along so well. After working so hard in that dream, it's perfectly normal for you to rest longer than others.
你们先是帮卡罗尔通过了年终测试，紧接着又赶跑了太虚山的怪物，最后搭上博尔尼亚的摩托，一路狂飙到了湖渊城。
First, you help Carol pass her year-end exam, then draw monsters away from Mount Taishuan, and finally, hopped on Bronya's motorcycle to speed all the way to Mare Deep.
是啊，我后来还莫名成了被拯救新年之剑选中的勇者。在找回所有的新年色彩，兼任格蕾修灵感习作的模特后，又被大姨妈你一通电话喊回了新年小镇。
Yes, and later I somehow become the hero chosen by the sword that saves Spring Festival. After recovering all the colors of Spring Festival and posing for Grisel's art study, I received your call to come to the Spring Festival town.
要解决那些突然涌进小镇的怪物，少不了你这位新年使者的帮助。
We need you, the Spring Festival manager's help, to deal with the monsters that suddenly flooded into the town.
可大姨妈打电话给我，分明就是因为你自己深陷苦瓜馅饺子堆而不能自拔。
But you called me because you were buried in the pile of bitter melon dumplings and could not climb out.
成语不是给你乱用在这种地方的。
You are exaggerating the situation.
总之，在你和高高的努力下，大家在梦中看到了一场精彩绝伦的演出，也一同度过了足够称得上完美的新年庆典。
In short, thanks to you and Ricey's effort, everyone saw a spectacular performance in their dreams and spent a perfect Spring Festival together.
毕竟不是所有人都能来月球基地过年嘛，这也是我想在梦中提前创造新年大团圆最初的理由。
After all, not everyone can come to the moon base for Spring Festival, which was why I originally wanted to create a Spring Festival reunion in the dream world ahead of time.
要是大家明年还想这样过，那我就和大懒猫准备比今年更大、更厉害的庆典。
If everyone wants to celebrate like this again next year, I will prepare an even bigger and more impressive celebration with the big lazy cat.
我相信你们。说起来，高高知道自己是怎么来到现实的吗？
I believe in you all. By the way, Ricey, do you know how you came to the real world? Yeah, that's also interesting. And why does Kiana have the nickname Big Lazy Cat? Is it probably some Chinese play words? I think it's more like, I don't know. Yeah, Kiana's kind of cat-like, maybe. Like she does have a couple of battle suits that make her cat-like.
那当然是。
Needless to say,
是因为我早就看出梦中的德丽莎姐姐还有自己的小秘密。你在月球基地准备了一个超大的新年乐园，想等大家梦醒之后再给出这份惊喜。
because I noticed that you were hiding a secret in the dream, you have prepared a huge spring festival park at the moon base, planning to surprise everyone with it after they wake up.
如果只有大懒猫帮忙，肯定会出岔子。所以本大人凭借自己小巧的身体和灵活的步伐，咻的一下穿过梦境与现实的缝隙，来给德丽莎姐姐送定新年糕。
If I left it all to that big lazy cat, things would surely go wrong. So, with my small body and nimble steps, I slipped through the gap between dreams and reality to bring you some reassuring rice cakes.
那你还真是有心啦。
That's really thoughtful of you.
今年的游园活动，我提前筹备了很久。虽然有替预备学校准备新一年宣传片素材的目的在，但大家玩得开心才是一切的前提。
I spent a long time preparing for this year's festival fair. Other one's purpose is to create this year's promo material for the prep school. Everyone's enjoyments come first.
特别是高高，你要好好享受哦。
Especially you, Ricey. Make sure to enjoy yourself.
嘿，那当然。
We'll do. Time to wake up.
一不小心就聊到了这个点，我要再确认一下新年乐园开园典礼的流程， 你们俩待会按时来就好。
Oh my, look at the time. I need to review the park opening ceremony order. You two, just make sure to arrive on time. Reza quickly left their dormitory before Kiana and Rice Cake would react.
开园典礼？
Opening ceremony?
可大姨妈给我的乐园智能导览机里根本没提到这一项啊。
But the smart guide that Auntie gave me didn't say anything about this. Welcome to the opening ceremony, it looks like. There's some chibis. And I clicked into the next stage, okay?
真是的，开园典礼到底在哪里办啊？问了一圈，大家不知道就算了，结果还都联系不上大姨妈，那她要准备什么呢？
Jeez, where exactly is the opening ceremony being held? I ask around, but no one knows. And on top of that, I can't even reach Auntie. What is she supposed to be preparing anyway?
大懒猫，你还是太天真了。
You big lazy cat, you are too naive.
要本大人说，虚假的开园典礼和大主教的消失，全是新年乐园的设计，而我们要做的，就是找到隐藏在一切不和谐之后的真相。
In my opinion, both the fake opening ceremony and the overseer's disappearance are all part of the park design, and what we need to do is to uncover the truth hidden behind all the discord.
还真是大胆的假设，不过也有道理，说不定玩着玩着就能找到它了。我们现在所在的红包大结案区，刚好也是智能导览机推荐路线的起点。
That's a bold assumption, but it makes sense. Maybe we will find here as we play around. We are currently in the red envelope haste zone, zone 1, which happened to be the start of the route recommended by the smart guide.
老板，我看见了。
I see them, boss. Man with sunglasses.
需要我现在带过来吗？
Do you want me to bring them here now?
1，
1?
你，还有天上飘着的白坨坨，跟我来！你要干嘛？
You and the white fluffy floating thing in the sky. Come with me. Hey, what are you doing? Before Rice Cake could angrily pounce on the man, Kiana grabbed its tail just in time. In that instance, when two opposing forces wrestles, Rice Cake's body makes the sound of a spring wobbling, the kind you would only hear in movies loaded with special effects. That one.
哎，冷静！我知道他对你的称呼是很随意。
Calm down, I know he addressed you casually.
你既然接下了我们老板的委托，就别磨叽。要是找不回红包，这个年就别想。
Not? Are we laughing or crying? I didn't get it. Since he accepted our boss' request, stop downing around. If you can't recover the red envelopes, then don't even think about it.
老板的委托？
Your boss' request?
你完蛋了！我要……
Yeah, so that I'm gonna...
年糕，快住手！你不是要找到被隐藏的真相吗？
Rice Cake, stop. Weren't you trying to find the hidden truth?
本大人！啊？你说什么？
I am... Huh? What did you say?
这个险些被你暴打的小哥刚刚提到了委托和红包，也就是说
The guy you almost beaten up mentioned request and red envelopes, which means...
不，也就是说，这是红包大结案区设计的一环，游戏已经开始了。
Oh, that's the part of red envelopes haste zone design. The game has already begun.
看来你们终于理解了，那么就跟我来吧。
Looks like you finally understand. Well done, follow me.
老板，人带到了。
Boss, I have brought them here. Okay, where is our boss? Surely not Vita.
很好，你下去吧。
Very well, you may leave. Teresa?
1，
他到底在医什么？是中奖了，还是准备念诗？
What was this the once? Did he win something? Or is he about to recite a poem?
怪了，我不是否决了把工作用语带进乐园活动的提案吗？
Which voice is it? Strange, didn't I reject the proposal to bring work terminology into the park's operations?
大姨妈，你怎么在这儿？
Yeah, it's Teresa. Hey, Auntie, what are you doing here? As if not hearing Kiana's question, the boss, who was obviously Teresa, continues speaking to herself.
你们好，我是天命集团的老板，以及本次案件的受害人。
Teresa, the renowned corporate boss who lost her red envelopes. Hello everyone, I am the CEO of Chicksal and the victim of this case.
今早，我发现存放于我办公桌抽屉中的红包不见了，所以我立刻调取了办公室门口的监控录像。
This morning, I discovered that the red envelopes I keep in my desk drawer were missing, so I immediately played back the surveillance footage of the office entrance.
监控录像显示，有3人具备作案条件，他们全都在我昨天下午不在的时候进入了办公室。因此，我希望你们可以帮我调查这3个人，并找回红包。
The surveillance footage shows that 3 people at the opportunity they all entered the office yesterday afternoon when I was away. Therefore, I hope you can help me investigate those 3 and recover the red envelopes.
哦，原来如此，看来第1区的核心玩法是角色扮演，感觉还挺有意思的嘛。
Oh, I see. So the core gameplay of Sun War is role-playing. That sounds pretty interesting.
快收起你的天真傻笑！你要像牙医姐姐逮到你狂吃垃圾零食时那样冷，或是像 Bronya 姐姐飙车时那样酷。
Why does Rice Cake already know them so well? Stop that naive grin. You need to be as cold as May when she catches you birch eating junk food, or as cool as Bronya when she drives dangerously.
入戏这么快，到底谁更天真啊？
Getting into character so quickly, who is really the naive one here?
反正我们是被请来办事的，当然要表现得更专业一点。
Since we are hired to do this job, we should act more professionally.
你是指这样？
You mean like this?
差点味道。
Not quite.
那这样，
How about this?
不然你还是学学浮花姐姐教育小石姐姐时的表情吧。
Maybe you should imitate Fuhua's expression when she was holding silly?
你就找不出一个我本人的例子吗？
Can I be used as an example? Not even once?
这个那个，
Well,
谁叫我印象中的你除了笑就是笑嘛？真是的，你怎么每天都这么开心，一点烦恼都没有？本大人就
you're always smiling in my memories. Really, how can you be so happy every day without any worries while I...
我说，你们不然还是先看看智能导览机，不确认各自的剧本，我都不知道怎么陪你们研究找回红包的办法。
I say, why don't you check out the smart guide first? If you don't read your scripts, how am I supposed to act? Discuss how to recover the red envelopes with you. Okay, we are playing some D&D mission.
各自的剧本？
Our scripts?
虽然你们共用同一部智能导览机，但剧本确实分了2份，一份属于侦探，一份属于助手。
Yes, you two have been sharing one smart guide, but there are actually 2 scripts, one for the detective and the other one for assistant.
那我和年糕商量。
Then I will discuss it with Rice Cake.
大懒猫应该知道恐龙让梨的故事吧？在故事里，大恐龙最终把自己的梨让给了小蛇。
You must know the story of the dinosaur sharing the pier. There, the big dinosaur gave its pier to the little snake at the end.
而且我没有手，根本做不出拿着智能导览机在滑动屏幕这样复杂的动作。我只有擅长思考的大脑和小巧的身体。
Besides, I don't have hands, so I cannot perform complex actions like holding a smart guide and swiping the screen. I only have a brain that's good at thinking as a small body.
哎呀呀！
And a small body.
真希望这时能有一双可靠的大手来帮助我，也就是助手啦。
Oh my, I really wish I had a reliable pair of helping hands right now. That is, an assistant.
好啦，我来当你的助手。
Alright, I will be your assistant. I actually thought that the rice cake will be the assistant.
很好，那本侦探要交给大懒猫助手的第一个任务就是速速阅览我的剧本，再替我总结一下上面的内容，因为我一看太多字就会晕。
Very well. The first task I will assign to my assistant, Big Lazy Cat, is to skim my script and summarize it for me. Cause I get dizzy when I see too many words.
说好的擅长思考的大脑呢？解锁侦探剧本需要面部识别，这个你还是能自己做的吧？
I thought you were good at thinking. Unlocking the detective script requires facial recognition. You can do that by yourself, right?
本侦探这就来。
The detective is on its way.
年糕似乎比在梦里的时候更积极了。
Rice cake seems more energetic than when it was in the dream.
还有他刚刚说到的烦恼，之后都留意一下吧。
And about the troubles it just mentioned. I will keep an eye on that later.
大懒猫助手，你有什么发现吗？
What have you discovered, Assistant Big Lazy Cat?
如果是，那只能这样了。
That's the case? Then this is one way. The only way?
大懒猫助手，
Assistant Big Lazy Cat!
年糕，你真的很想当侦探吗？
Rice Cake, do you really want to be a detective?
超级想！你都在梦里当过新年使者了，总该轮到本大人当一回侦探了吧？
I really want to. Had the fun of being a Spring Festival messenger in your dreams. So it's my turn to be a detective now?
说的也是。
You're right.
智能导览机上说，侦探可以通过友好交流、深度友好交流和真心话攻击3种方式调查怀疑对象。
According to the Smart Guide, detective can investigate suspects using 3 methods: friendly exchange, deep friendly exchange, and truth attack.
只要找回红包，侦探就赢了。而如果侦探没能在最后的指认环节指出真正的犯人，则是所有被怀疑的人获胜。
The detective wins if they recover the red envelopes. However, if the detective fails to identify the real culprit in the final accusation phase, all suspects win. I don't like it. I do hope we don't have to play it. I don't want to be stressed out about the wrong choice.
至于友好交流和深度友好交流有什么区别？真心话攻击又是怎么回事？这里面完全没有提到，只写了一个用心感受。
As for the difference between friendly exchange and deep friendly exchange, and what truth attack even is, none of that is explained here. It just says, feel it with your heart.
也太抽象了吧！
That's too abstract.
抽象就对了。
It's abstract, alright. Looks like it was not your idea, Teresa.
大姨妈一下变得好颓丧。
And you suddenly become very depressed.
有吗？总之，关于你们不清楚的地方，就让我激活智能导览机的隐藏功能，为你们演示一下吧。
Is that so? Anyway, regarding the aspects you are unclear about, let me activate the Smart Guide hidden function and demonstrate it for you. The smart guide becomes gigantic after being unfolded 3 times. Surprise! Besides providing guidance, the fully expanded smart guide can also serve as a fun board to host some of the park activities. Simply put, friendly exchange is the initial communication with a suspect, while deep friendly exchange and truth attack can only be used after winning a match on the fun board. The latter 2 methods are open-ended questions. Your suspect has the right to refuse answering the former, but is obligated to answer the latter truthfully. Then I will just keep using truth attack. It can only be used once. There are only 3 suspects, once trying is enough. I will solve this case in a flash with some deep friendly exchanges. Oh, feeling confident, aren't we? Of course. Don't you know who I am? Go, Assistant Big Lazy Cat. Let's show Teresa our rice cake power. What? Okay, we are in gameplay phase. I will mostly skip that, but right now we keep it. Okay, it looks like auto. Wait, I think we had this gameplay once. I think we had it. But it kind of looks like auto chess. Wait, why is my Kiana angry? Angry Kiana. Okay, I think. Yeah, this is literally. Okay, yeah, this is literally auto chess. I can skip it? I can. Okay, so the gameplay looks like it's not very interactive. Are we losing? I think we're losing. What? Oh, we won. We won. We're actually winning. Okay, good, 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 good. Yeah, let's upgrade our Teresa to level 3. Or A rank, I guess. Yeah, I think I know how auto chess works. Let's go. Okay, it's also before E, before P. Oh wait, I think during the lobby, Chibi lobby, it was. You could play it probably. Pourquoi? Oh. How many coins do I have? Yeah, I can only buy upgrades. Okay, good. We have Rita. Oh, okay. We can also upgrade them differently. Okay, Teresa has only 1 HP. So I guess we're winning. And you can imagine that I will mostly skip those fights in the end. Like from now on. Well done, Assistant Big Lazy Cat. I didn't expect you to be so good at this game. Not bad at all, not bad at all. I'm the Game King that even Bronya would fear. So, this is nothing to me. Only if Bronya would hear it. I hope you will have the courage to repeat those words later. By the way, the truth attack used in demo matches don't accumulate actual charges. No worries, I won't use it on Teresa anyway. Why? You are slow. If she is desperate to get the red envelopes back, she would not have any reason to hide it from us. If she's really hiding it, I would not be able to extract it with just one question. I was wondering, if both Deep Friendly Exchange and Truth Attack don't restrict the types of questions, can I use the former to ask questions unrelated to the game? Technically it's not against the rules, but aren't you going to press the advantages? I want to know more about Teresa. How could anyone resist those adorable puppy eyes? Sure, what would you like to know? Ricey. Do you have any little secrets that no one knows about? If you have to give up either bitter lemons or vacations, which would you have chosen? This question is too difficult to answer. I will go with bitter lemons. I knew it would be bitter lemons. Poor little bitter lemons abandoned by the auntie who is preferred holidays. Kiana, don't question my resolve in making these decisions. There is no substitute for vacation from any perspective. And as for bitter melons, maybe soaking winter melon, watermelon, cucumbers or other grounds in carding tea or lotus seed hard tea for a few hours would give them some taste of the bitter melons. If that's all there is to eat, I can still get by. I'm living on meal replacements for a while, that's it. Auntie, what you just said, you would better keep that as a thought. Although Teresa is the overseer of Chickside, she's still a child at heart. When I grow up, What's wrong? Is there something on my face? I was just looking around and you were in my line of sight. Huh? Alright, that's the end of the demonstration. I will leave the investigation to you two from here on. Okay, sweet. Kinda cute. Okay, so what do we have? We have 18 stages. And I think that's 8. Ahora es fiesta, tío. Okay, so we do have to complete the Paradise Fiesta. And I think it's kind of like smaller. Let's go with part 2.
我需要你们调查的第一个人，也是3人中第一个进入办公室的人。监控录像显示，他在办公室足足待了有2小时。
The fifth person I need you to investigate is the first to enter the office among the 3. According to the surveillance footage, she stayed in the office for a full 2 hours. We again voiced. I'm not sure what. Okay.
那他的嫌疑也太大了。
Then she's extremely suspicious.
如果你能逆转常规思维，
Oh, that's
那
Bronya.
我就是替老板守护了空无一人的办公室的无名英雄。
Bronya, elusive professional lawyer. If you can think literally, then I am the unsung hero who guards the empty office for the boss.
Bronya 姐姐，
Pixie is Bronya?
不是姐姐，是律师。抱歉，老板，路上堵车了，来得有点晚。
I'm not your sister, I'm a lawyer. Sorry, boss, I got stuck in the traffic and arrived a bit late. She lowered her sunglasses, scanning everyone's eyes with a polite yet scrutinizing gaze. Then smoothly settled on the boss stool.
哇 ，Bronya，你是不是太……
Oh, Bronya, you being too...
这世上只有2类人，狼和羊。Kiana 小姐，想清楚你要成为哪一种。
In this world, there are only 2 types of people, wolves and sheep. Miss Kiana, choose which you want to be carefully.
狼和羊都不是人吧？
Wolves and sheep are not human anyway.
如果能找出足够有说服力的证据，我会自愿被你吃掉。如果找不到，就别怪我吃掉你了。
If you can find convincing enough evidence, I will willingly let you eat me. If not, don't blame me for eating you.
吓唬我的助手可没用，我才是侦探。
Hey, scaring my assistants won't work. I am the detective here.
那就长话短说吧。我想老板也不希望因此耽误生意上的事。
Let's keep this brief then. I'm sure you would not want this to impede your business.
找回红包才是当务之急。
Yes, finding the red envelopes is the most urgent matter.
Bronya 律师，我想让你展开说说你在办公室里都做了些什么，可以吗？
Bronya, could you tell me more about what you do in the office?
没问题。为了解释得更清楚，让我把时间线往前推一点吧。
No problem. Let me explain better by going back in the timeline.
昨天上午骑车上班时，我看到路边的店里有卖漫画，又想到老板刚好也喜欢，就给他带了一本《七侯母》。
Yesterday mornings, while I was riding to work, I saw a comic store and remembered my boss liked comics. So I bought her a copy of 7 Homos.
下午进入老板的办公室，除了汇报工作，也是想顺便把漫画送给老板。可我等了很久，都没等到他。
In the afternoon, I went to her office to report on my work and conveniently give her the comic. I waited for a long time, but she never showed up.
无奈之下，我决定先离开，只把这本漫画当成惊喜留在办公室，却没想到。
Left with no choice, I left the office without the comic for a surprise. But I never expected.
没想到，
Never expected?
老板，你会如何评价七侯母？
Boss, what's your opinion on 7 Homos?
精彩中的精彩，漫画中的漫画，简直可以说是人类漫画史上永垂不朽的巅峰。
A true masterpiece among masterpieces. A comic among comics. Undoubtedly an immortal pinnacle in the history of comics.
是啊，面对这样一部旷世巨作，我相信没有人能做到一眼不看、一页不翻就离开。
Indeed, facing such a timeless masterpiece, I believe no one could live without turning a page.
而它又恰好被我放在了老板的办公桌上。那张桌子不仅完美体现了老板超凡的个人品味，甚至还有只是把手搁上去就能提振精神的神秘力量。
And, as fate would have it, I place it on the boss desk. That desk not only perfectly reflects the boss' extraordinary taste, but also possesses a mysterious power that can uplift one's spirits if their hands rest on it.
你坐上了我的位置，
You took my seat?
那你怎么不帮我处理我的事情啊？
Why don't you help me to deal with my problems then?
抱歉，老板，与您积压的工作相比，还是漫画具有更强大的吸引力，这让我的手不自觉地翻开了它。
Sorry, boss. Compared to all the pending work, comic is much more appealing. My hands unconsciously open it.
顺带一提，在阅读过程中，我没有做过任何折角、卷书、划线之类贬损漫画价值的事。
By the way, I never folded corners, rolled pages, drew lines, or did anything that would devalue the comics while reading.
反对，抢在别人之前看漫画，本来就是最贬损漫画价值的事。
Objection! Reading comics before others is the most devouring art.
我反对你的反对。
I object to your objection.
在老板正式收下漫画前，我依然是物主，而且我坚信，老板不会在意我在他之前看过漫画的事。
Before the boss officially accepts the comics, I'm still its owner. Besides, I'm sure the boss would not mind that I read it before her.
你根本不知道，在偌大的集团中，要找到一位和自己有共同语言、共同爱好的人是多么困难。当我第一次知道老板也喜欢七侯母的时候，简直要掉下眼泪。
You have no idea how difficult it is to find someone who shares your interest in such a huge corporation. When I first found out that the boss also likes 7 homos, I almost burst into tears.
能收到这本我淘了好久都没淘到的典藏版七侯母，我也很开心。
I'm so thrilled to receive this collector's edition of 7 homos. I have searched for it for a long time without success.
糟了，多丽莎姐姐好像根本不在意漫画被人提前看了的事。
Oh no, Ricey doesn't seem to really care about that someone read the comic early.
没关系，智能导览机上说，我们最好不要跟怀疑对象纠缠不必要的话题，只要能找到对方话里的怪异之处，就能主导局面。
It's okay. The smart guy says we should not get tangled up in necessary topics with suspects. As long as we can spot inconsistencies in their words, we can control the situation.
而我早就发现了。
And I have known it all along.
Bronya 律师，我想看一下你的驾照。
Show me your driver license, Lawyer Bronya. Think we don't have any.
对不起，因为一些不可抗力，我的驾照目前由官方人士暂时保管。
Sorry. Due to factors beyond my control, my driver license is being temporarily held by officials.
这和你刚刚说你骑车上班矛盾了。
This contradicts your testimony of riding a motorcycle to work. I'm sure she just rides without license.
骑共享自行车也是骑车。
Riding a shared bike is still riding.
骑共享自行车？那你来的时候为什么会碰上堵车？
You took a shared bike? Then why did you get stuck in traffic on your way here?
笨蛋 Kiana， 怎么突然变得这么敏锐？
How did idiotka suddenly become so sharp?
我从小到大都很敏锐。
I have been sharp since I was little.
行吧，在这件事上，我的确没有做到100%坦诚。
Alright, I was not completely honest about this matter.
因为骑惯了摩托，我根本没法驾驭自行车。为了行人的安全考虑，我选择了打车。只是来接我的司机师傅一直堵在距离我1公里的路上，所以我刚刚是走来的。
Since I'm used to riding motorcycles, I cannot balance bicycle at all. For the sake of pedestrian safety, I called a taxi instead, but the taxi got stuck in traffic a kilometer away from me, so I just walked here.
你隐瞒的内容也太多了吧？
You were not honest at all.
如果挑明真相，我们体恤员工的好老板必定会在之后安排专车接送我。
If I reveal the truth, or considerate boss who cares for employees will surely arrange a private car to shuttle me from now on.
任谁都知道，优待现象一旦发生，很容易引人非议，而我无意挑起争端。
Everyone knows that preferential treatment leads to criticism, and I have no intentions of causing controversy.
别这么说，对于你这样的优秀人才，集团理应给予优待。
Don't say that. The corporation ought to treat outstanding talents like you preferentially.
Bronya 律师这么厉害啊？
Is Bronya such a great lawyer?
是啊，他才入职1天，就替我们解决了好几个积压已久的问题。如果再工作一段时间，想必能做出更大的成就。
Indeed. She's only joined us for a day, but she has already solved several long-standing cases for us. If she continues working here, she will surely achieve even greater things.
那今天岂不是 Bronya 律师来集团工作的第2天？
That makes today's Bronya's second day working at the corporation as a lawyer?
虽然我从不会见人就大秀律师徽章来证明自己的资质，但你要是想看，我不介意现在拿出来。
Although I never flashed my attorney's badge to prove my credentials to everyone I met, I don't mind doing it now if you want to see it.
不用了，你拿硬纸壳剪一个都没关系。
Don't. You can cut one out of a cardboard and I won't care.
多亏大懒猫助手，本侦探刚刚发现了一个很不对劲的地方。
Thanks to assistant Big Lazy Cat, this detective just discovered something very suspicious.
哪怕你有机会在入职前打探到老板的喜好，也绝不可能在路边的小店买到连老板都淘不到的典藏版漫画。
Even if you had the chances to find out the boss preferences before starting the job, it will be still impossible for you to find a collector's edition comics that even the boss could not find at the some roadside shop. As soon as Rice Cake finished, it slammed its tail heavily onto the corner.
Bronya 律师，你没法狡辩了。
Lawyer Bronya, you cannot talk your way out of this. Bronya's sunglasses, affected by both Rice Cake's fierceness and Counter's quivering, slipped off her nasal bridge and fell to the ground.
大蓝猫助手，请激活游乐盘，和他一决胜负。
Assistant Big Lazy Cat, please activate the fun board and outsmart her. Without hesitation, Rice Cake pointed its tail towards Bronya across the counter, who had lost her cool alongside her sunglasses.
交给本游戏大王吧。呸，反正交给我就对了。
Leave it to the Game King, I mean the assistant or whatever. Gameplay!
我竟然会在这种游戏上输给笨蛋 Kiana。
Oh, how could I have lost to that Kiana idiotka in this game?
以前是以前，现在是现在，接受失败也是人生的必修课。Bronya 都给我上了这么多堂课，总该轮到我教你一次了。
The past is past, and now is now. The future is now, old man. Sorry. Accepting failure is a mandatory life lesson. Bronya has taught me so many lessons. It's about time I teach Bronya one.
说的也是。所以年糕侦探，你想问什么呢？
You have a point. So, Detective Rice Cake, what would you like to ask?
Bronya 律师，我想先问你一个和游戏本身没什么关联的问题，可以吗？
Lawyer Bronya, may I begin with a question that's not related to the game?
既然你想改变深度友好交流的使用目的， 那就当大家一起摁下了游戏暂停键吧。
Since you want to change the purpose of deep friendly exchange, I will pretend that everyone hit the pause button together.
好耶，那我问啦。
Yeah, here it goes. Okay, I think we only have one choice to ask them the questions. Probably you can replay it and take the other choice too. Do you love riding motorcycles so much? If May and Kiana fell into the water simultaneously, who would... Oh, this is evil. But we will ask. We ask the most dark questions. If May and Kiana fell into the water simultaneously, who would you say first?
年糕侦探，你确定要问这个？
Detective Rice Cake, you sure you want to ask about this?
不知道怎么回事，好像有一股力量在内心深处不断鼓励我问出这个问题。
I don't know why, but I feel deep force inside me is compelling me to ask this question. Deep force, yeah, we from our 11th dimension.
好吧，我的回答是先救 Kiana。
Fine, my answer is save Kiana first. False, your answer is save Celia first, even if she's safe.
居然是我
Can't believe it. Me, really?
Bronya， 你
Bronya, you...
突然对我这么好，是不是有事求我？
You're suddenly being so nice to me. Do you want me to do you a favor?
笨蛋，你想什么呢？
Idiot, what are you thinking?
根据年糕的假设分析，不会游泳的你十有八九会在胡乱挣扎中把想要来救你的牙医按到水里。如果我不立刻赶来帮忙，牙医肯定会出事。
According to Rice Cake's analysis, since you cannot swim, your desperate splashing will most likely push May, who tried to save you underwater. If I don't come to help immediately, May will be in danger. What a thoughtful analysis.
那我是不是还要替牙医谢谢你啊？
Do I need to thank you on May's behalf?
不客气。
You're welcome.
他们的关系可真好啊！
They are really, really close.
高高侦探，你在想什么？
Detective Rice Cake, what are you thinking about?
没什么。
Nothing.
Bronya 律师，这次就是超级认真的深度友好交流啦。
Lawyer Bronya, this time it will to be a super serious, deep friendly exchange. What is going on here? Ricey, why don't you directly ask Lawyer Bronya if she is a red envelope thief or if she knows where the red envelopes are? And suddenly we lost the voice, okay. Oh no, I totally forgot about that. Are you the one? Do you know where they are? Of course I'm not. And I don't know either. Huh? That's okay. Let me tell you the story again. Yesterday morning while I was running to work... Why are you still riding the bike? Hold on, let me... This part is too long. Let me check the script again. Bronya took out the smart guide from her briefcase, scrolled it on with furrowed brows, before finally continuing. Yesterday morning, with a nervous heart, I rode a shared bicycle for the first time in my life. After riding for nearly 500 meters, bam! Accident happened. A woman in a proper suit who has been wearing a bright smile fell down trying to dodge my swerving bicycle. This person was a real lawyer. Yeah, I just noticed she's fake lawyer here. Elusive professional lawyer fake. You're not a lawyer? Then who are you? Sorry, boss. After meeting that lawyer who has to take 3 days off right after her first day to work, I accidentally taking her work badge. A bold idea sprouted in my mind. I played smart, by first using her identity to solve the corporation's troubles, and then writing a letter of recommendation for the real me. Entering your office this afternoon was to erase my only blemish. Absence from my first day of work as a junior employee. How could you do such a thing? I can only say that things went so smoothly thanks to my brilliant wit and a series of perfect coincidences along the way. First, about the attire. I wanted to make a good impression, but didn't know the corporation dress code. So, I wore a business suit that costed me a fortune, not clothes printed with anime characters all over. But to my surprise, the corporation has no dress code at all. That outfit I wore was something only the top executives would wear. Then, there's the collector's edition of 7 Homos. It's from my personal collection, which I originally wanted to display alongside other comics at my workstation to attract fans. But unexpectedly, it became my best excuse to enter your office. That lawyer, upon seeing my basket was loaded with comics on my first day, told me that you have the same hobby, and I even a devoted reader of 7 Homos. How did she find out all about this? Damn it, one day I will catch whoever's leaking this information. Probably Susanna.
Wouldn't it be better if you just quit reading comics? I can't quit when they are so engrossing and creative and aesthetical. No worries, boss. After I fix my sunglasses, I will still be your good employee. After the lawyer recuperates, she's only feel slightly confused. Soon, she will be praised by the entire corporation, accompanied by a capable assistant like me.
By the way, with the sunglasses, there's no way it was planned. They just did this whole thing with the sunglasses only because Bronya has 2 variations of the skin. We can jointly sue anyone who defames you for liking comics.
That's not necessary. From this perspective, the red envelope thief might not be Attorney Bronya after all.
Might not? It's definitely not. To bypass the corporation's layered security and find and modify my absence record in a sea of information, I spent a full 2 hours. During this time, I did not leave the boss computers for a second, let alone had the time to steal any red envelopes. Rather than investigating me, you should investigate someone else. As a security advisor, her attendance frequency in the past was shockingly low, only coming in once a week, and always on Fridays. As of yesterday's afternoon, she has been working for 3 consecutive days. Don't you find that unusual? I know that one of those has to be Vita, but I'm not sure which one. This will be... oh wait. I think it will be stages. Well, anyway. We are here. This is where the corporation security advisor and the second person to enter their office work. Are you sure she's the security advisor for the corporation? I'm sure. Hey, man with sunglasses and Fuhua. Boss, last month you said only an idiot would come to Warehouse 7, and I'm more than enough for the night shift. Why are you suddenly cramming so many people in the next week? Warehouse 7 and the boss office are separated by the only one wall. What if the criminals break through the weakly defended Warehouse 7 first, then break into the boss office? Come to think of it, why is there a warehouse behind a boss office? Because you stood firm against opposition and convince all the high-ups? I recently realized that the plan I submitted still has room of improvement. Distinctive security advisor, by the way, Hedge of Sentience. Wait, is it Senti? It's definitely bourgeois model, right? Could you please tell the others to adjust their work according to the plan I have here? Also, I would like to inspect Warehouse 7 later. Alrighty. Hey, those big sunglasses hide two different faces. Ah, you guys are? Is it Santi? Is it really Santi? Okay, yes, I guess, yes. Santi, I am detective commissioned by Teresa to investigate the stolen red envelope case. And this person next to me is my assistant. You little rice cake. How dare you to accuse others of being two-faced? I figure out. I think I need to make like more voice of a Santi. I figure you would come looking for me sooner or later. After all, that pair of the red envelopes happened on my watch. I will take responsibility for it. Now, it's definitely not how Santi would speak, right? I thought there would be more resistance to our investigation. Don't push your luck. Listen carefully. I'm only showing you minimal respect because of my boss. Yes, it is Santi. That's not important. Santi, tell me what you did in the office. Did you see anything special? Yes. Yesterday afternoon, while waiting, I noticed a book on the desk. For some reason, it's covered, keep emitting an eerie glow. What's that mysterious glow? What's the effect unique in the collector's edition of 7th Homus? I apologize. At the time, I was not aware of this and was just following my professional instinct. I checked every page of 7 Homus to ensure there were no toxic substances applied before putting it back on the desk. You checked every page! True, you just read it, right? Everyone just read the 7 Homus before Teresa. Ash of Sentience, I have a question for you. Do you dare to answer? Ask away. What's chapter 4 of 7 Homus about? Shortly after Homus saved the White House, it returned carrying the Horse Sage. Seeing Homu's King Heart, the Horse Sage gifted Homo a machine gun that could shoot our crude potato spaceship. Very good, the answer is as accurate as if you had memorized it. Since you clearly read the comic seriously, I forgive your offense against 7 Homus. I think Teresa did not quite understood it. Then, but I cannot forgive you for using such a ridiculous excuse to read the comics. You're gotten too lazy. Okay, she don't notice it. I'm sorry. I will reject on my actions. Reflect. You were not this strict with Lawyer Bronya. Who gave you the comic? Whatever, back to the topic. Did you leave after checking the comic? Yes, because the boss scheduled meeting has ended. If I don't free up the slot, how can others wait for the boss? Huh? Assistant Big Lazy Cat. What should I do? I did not notice anything strange. Rice Cake poked Kiana's forearm with the tip of its tail. And when the latter turned her head, she revealed a smug grin. Let's end our conversation here. I still have to work. What the rush? Class monitor? Class monitor? She's Fuhua? Yeah, she is Fuhua. Man, stop fooling around. What nonsense are you talking about? I'm not Fu... I mean, that old-timer. You put off going back on your words and bragging about yourself, but you failed to capture Sentiu's core personality. What Silly calls the three nevers. Never compromise, never yield, never admit fault. Yeah, right. Damn, I did not expect Fuhua pretending to be Senti. Damn, I saw through you too. You are Fuhua pretending to be Senti. Leaving verbal giveaways like please and sorry aside, the fact that she obediently answers Rice Cake's questions alone is something Senti would never do. If it were really her, she would have questions asked from the start. Why should two outsiders be allowed to replace security advisors in investigating the stolen red envelope case with the corporation, huh? If Auntie cannot convince her, we will make a huge fuss until we agree to compete against her for some kind of detective qualifications right here. Oh, Kiana, she's amazing. No way, what am I thinking? I'm the detective. Big lazy cat is their assistant. The assistant! Fuhua, to uncover the reason that you impersonated Senti, we will settle this on the fun board. What? Come on, I won't lose. Okay, fun board. More than one truth. I suppose I played too few games. I really should not keep doing things that I'm not good at all. Fuhua is already amazing. Not many can hold out against us for this long. You are the third one. Thank you for comforting me, Rice Cake. So, are you going to ask questions about my identity? Before that, Rice Cake probably want to ask you something question unrelated to the game, right? Right. If Fuhua doesn't want to have this kind of deep friendly exchange with me, she can refuse any time. Few can refuse you, and I'm certainly not one of them. I'm gonna ask. Okay, one of the questions we ask, we go with the dark question. What's the craziest thing you have done? What would you do if Senti suddenly burst into tears? I don't think that is like I think. What do we ask? Senti burst into tears or the craziest thing you have ever done? Let's go with the craziest thing because I bet like the old woman story will be she will be thinking that's crazy, but it's not actually that crazy. Let's see. What is the craziest thing you have ever done? It happened on a day when I was traveling with Senti. That day, our plan was to climb to the summit and to watch the sunrise the next morning. However, when we reached the halfway point, we encountered a few elder folks carrying tripods and cameras down the mountain. They said we could see a meteor shower from the mountain's top tonight, but they had overestimated their stamina, and one elderly woman had even sprained her ankle. Oh, that's really a shame. Senyu thought so too. She slapped the mountainside and then threw punches and kicks against nobody, startling the elderly folks so much that they agreed to her proposal. Senti would first take the elderly woman down the mountain for emergency treatment, then take her to the summit. What? I would escort everyone else. How did you do that? With my bag or arms? The same applies to photography equipment and camping gear. Later, we snacked and played cards with them in the tent until meteors streaked across the sky and the morning sun rose. Then we waved goodbyes and brought the bus to our next destination. Oh my god, this is much sweeter story than I expected. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah. Actually, I think it feels more like heartwarming. Yeah. Puhua and Sandy's journey is full of twists and turns, but also joy. Listening to this makes me want to go on a spontaneous trip too, but... forget it. Let's find the red envelope first. Puhua, can you tell me why you pretended to be sent here? Either way, you owe your boss an explanation. Indeed, if we don't explain it now, Santi will really be optimized out? Yeah. Huh? I called Santi to my office to confirm her thoughts one last time. Although she has never made any major mistakes at work, her working style has already displeased many executives. I predicted the intent of this meeting and was worried that Santi would refuse to admit her mistakes and talk back to you, so I disguised myself as her. She's been working tirelessly these few past days, hoping to restore her image with the company. And another fake. I'm guessing the third one will be fake too, whoever we meet. I did not take the red envelopes, and Santi will be more restrained from now on. Boss, I hope you can give her another chance. As long as we get the red envelopes back. What should we do? I don't think Puhua is a thief either. Don't worry, we still have the third person to meet. Oh, a phone? What? You say she can stay here and want to leave right now? Kiana, Ricey, come with me quickly. Then I write a 3000 words guarantor letter for Santi first. Rice cake, mochi. Oh, that's, oh man, mochi. I didn't take. Man, I'm eating mochis like nothing. They're definitely too expensive to eat. Like I do eat them, at least here. Well, anyway, price box. Okay, so I'm guessing those are just fighting stages and we will just do here.
我们去哪儿？去拦下第3个进入办公室的人。还是跑跑跳跳更适合我。
Okay, wait, okay, so it is still a story stage.
这些机甲。
Oh, this make us.
阻挠我们的，尽快
They
解决
must
吧。
be sent by the here to stop us. Let's take care of them real quick.
真是乱来的剧本。
What a messed up script.
我什么都没说。
I didn't say anything.
竖起耳朵，以此烈火，送旧迎新。
Right, I think those stages are for the promotion of the character. Because it's like the technically only stage where you can play with new Kiana. Because she's not in the main story, right? Yeah. May?
我听到你的愿望。
Oh, of course.
我的私人飞机还有20分钟就到。
My private plane will arrive in 20 minutes.
牙医小姐，你让我们很难办呢。
Miss Raiden, you're making things difficult for us.
难办，那就别办了。
Difficult? Then don't do them.
牙医要是离开，调查就无法推进了。对另外2个已经接受过我们调查的人来说，也不公平。
If you leave, the investigation cannot proceed, and it would be unfair to the other 2 who have already been investigated.
我再说一遍，我只在德丽莎女士的办公室待了5分钟。
I will only say it again. I was only in Madame Teresa's office for 5 minutes.
就因为这等不到人的5分钟，我又在你们天命集团浪费了1天半的时间。
Just because of those 5 minutes of futile waiting, I have wasted another day and a half at Chixar.
谁来补偿这其中的经济损失？是德丽莎女士，这个瑟瑟发抖的小家伙，还是
Good. Who will compensate for the economic losses entailed? Is it Madame Teresa, this trembling little fellow, or
你？
you?
我没办法补偿牙医的损失，我能做的只有查出真相，并恢复你的名誉。
I have no way to compensate for your losses. All I can do is uncover the truth and restore your reputation.
你应该也不希望其他人用异样的眼光看着你吧？第3位可疑人士。
You wouldn't want to others to look at you suspiciously from now on, would you? The third suspect?
那还等什么？现在就去案发现场吧。
What are we waiting for then? Let's head to the crime scene now.
怎么说，高高侦探？
What's up, Detective Ricey?
案件发生后，是你和你的助手封锁了办公室，还提醒我在调查推进到最终环节之前，不能让任何人进入。现在算最终环节吗？
After the case occurred, you and your assistants sealed off the office and reminded me that no one could enter before the investigation reaches its final stage. Are we at that final stage?
当然算。好，终于要解锁隐藏区域了。
Of course we are. Goddy, we are finally unlocking the hidden area.
出发吧。
Yes, let's get going. Fight? Not fight? Okay. Investigation time. Who is the real red envelope thief?
年糕，我调查办公桌附近的区域，你调查沙发附近的区域吧。
Right, okay, I will check near the desk and you check near the something.
我必须要找到红包才行，不然年糕就……
I must find the red
我
envelope.
好认真，我也不能认输。
As you kept being so serious, I cannot lose. Okay, we are playing actually as a snake. Okay. Let's just investigate the area. The good old room.
好大的沙发，
What a huge sofa.
我躺。
Lying down. Ricey hold onto the sofa and under the helpless watch of the 3 people slept for 5 minutes.
应该没有被谁看到吧？
Hopefully no one serves
还
me.
没有。
Seems not, huh? What are those pictures? Man, this is like literally probably Europe pictures. May?
找到助手小姐说的真相前，请别来打扰我。我不想做出任何会被你们误解的举动。
Don't disturb me until I find the truth the assistant mentioned. I don't want to make any moves that might be misunderstood by you.
可明明是我来找牙医姐姐搭话的。
But I was the one who came to talk to you in the first place.
谁知道你那位助手小姐会不会借题发挥呢？
Who knows if that assistant of yours will make something out of this.
她要是敢，我就拿尾巴咚咚敲她的头。
If she dares, I will bonk her head with my tail.
谢谢你的体贴，小侦探。
Thank you for your toughness, little detective.
这个小家伙到底是哪边的？
Which side is this little one actually on? Okay, I have a little theory. that Kiana's personality split into twos, and we have like the smart Kiana here, and this one is actually the over cute Kiana Idiotka. And probably after this event, they have to reunite to get the Kiana that we all know. Maybe I'm just over complicating it. Okay, some gift box.
怎么会有这么多礼物？
Oh, who could have so many gifts?
是一位朋友送给我的，没什么调查的必要了。
It's from a friend. No need to look at them.
德丽莎姐姐，刚刚的背景设定你怎么不早点说呀？
Teresa sister, why didn't you tell me about the setting earlier?
循序渐进才有意思嘛。
It's more interesting to take things one step at a time.
对哦，说的也是。
Oh, you are right.
我要是提前说了，绝对会乱上加乱。还是先按这可恶的剧本走吧。
If I say this earlier, it will definitely lead to a total chaos. I would better stick to the cursed script for now.
年糕，我们同步一下各自的
Rice
发现
cake?
吧。
Let's bring each other up to date.
我来啦。
I'm here. By the way, how comes we have so many voice stages in an event? At least for the Chinese localization. We are 1 hour into recording and there are more voice stages than not voice stages. Okay, sure. I did not expect this one. Very confusing. Okay, I think I split it into 2 parts, and first part will be like this one. Snap. Unfortunately, as Kiana waved her hand, she accidentally bumped into the nearby desk, causing something on its edge to tatter precariously once again. Oh no! Ricey, who was intent of catching that something, forgot that it was merely a small and nimble snake. It immediately flew over, and the next instant, the 7 homos spewed 2.5 rounds in the air, smacked against Ricey's head, and landed on the red envelopes scattered across the floor.
年糕，你没事吧？
Ricey, are you okay?
我没事，就是真的开始晕了。
I'm fine. Just starting to feel really dizzy.
红包怎么会在漫画里？
Red envelopes? Why are they in the comics?
想不到，你居然是通过这样的办法找到了我要的真相和名誉，真正的红包大盗。
I didn't think that I will find the truth and reputation I wanted this way. You are the real red envelope thief.
撞翻漫画的时候，是你把红包顺不知道什么地方拿了出来，对吧？
When you knocked over the comics, you sneakily, well, I don't know how you did it, but you sneakily took those red envelopes out from the somewhere, right?
什么？我不是啊！
What? What? It was me?
一定会被发现的重要线索，最后才开放的区域。还有办公室在案件发生后，应侦探要求封锁到现在这句极为不利的说明。
An important clue that will silently be discovered, the last area to be unlocked, and the extremely unfavorable statement that after an accident occurred in the office, as the detective requested, it has been sealed off up until now.
年糕，我们恐怕是入局了。
Rice cake, I'm afraid we have fallen into a trap.
我们已经找到红包了，是我们赢了。
If we found the red envelopes, We won!
如果红包就放在漫画里，那不管我们前面怎么推理，只要进行到最终环节，都会找到红包，并赢下游戏。
If the red envelopes were hiding in the comics, our deductions never matters from the beginning. As long as we progress to the final phase, we were both to find the red envelopes and win the game.
可你真的想带着无法洗清的嫌疑和找不到真相的遗憾赢下游戏吗？
But do you really want to win the game with a bad name and a lost truth?
不是，
Of course not.
我决定了，我们现在就展开加时调查，目标是找到真正的红包大盗。
I have decided. We are commencing overtime investigation. Our target: find the real red envelope thief.
我已经找到突破口了。
Yeah, I have already found a background.
大姨妈，看你刚刚震惊的样子，难道你返回办公室后就一直没看过漫画吗？
Auntie, judging from how shocked you were, I suppose you never got to read any comics ever since you returned to the office.
我有不处理完工作就不看漫画的习惯。与下属一起寻找红包时，我们同样没有动过桌上的漫画。
I have a policy for not reading comics until I'm done with work. When I was working for the red envelopes with my subordinates, we didn't touch the comics on the decks either.
那昨天下午进入办公室的人不还是有嫌疑吗？比如说，红包被他们中的某个人提前放进了漫画，但直到刚刚才被发现。
Then, those who entered the office yesterday afternoon are suspects too. For example, one of them might have placed a red envelope in the comics beforehand, and we only discovered them now.
还记得吗？头2个接受我们调查的人都没有提到漫画中塞了红包，而牙医又是3人中最后一个进入办公室的人，甚至留下了关键证据。
Do you remember? The first 2 people we investigated never mentioned anything about putting red envelopes in the comics. May was also the last person among the 3 to enter the office. She even left important evidence behind.
这张贴在桌面上的便条有牙医的留言和名字，所以你必然看到了同样放在桌面上的7红母，可你之前却有意隐瞒了它的存在。
This sticky note on the desk has May's message and name on it. You must have seen the 7 homos left here, but you intentionally hid your knowledge of it.
虽然不想说，但答案已经很明显了。
Though I hate to say it, the answer is already obvious.
一定是牙医干的。
别动我的东西。赵小姐，这房间里东西这么多，我为什么非要把我看到的一切都提一嘴？难道没有把它们一一列出，也算有意隐瞒？
Miss Assistant, with so many things in this room, why must I mention every single thing I see? You mean to say that I intentionally hid my knowledge of things simply because I didn't list them all out? Okay, that's Kiana May moment. I think. Yeah.
更何况，我对到底是7侯母还是8侯母根本不感兴趣，只是留下便条后就离开了。
Moreover, I'm not interested in that 7 homos or 8 thing. I just left the sticky note and left.
居然没看，真是没品味的家伙。
You didn't read it? You have no taste.
你不也因为工作没看吗？
You also didn't read it because you were working, no?
这个
Well...
再说了，假如我真是红包大盗，我有必要特意在办公桌上留下这么显眼、这么能引起你们怀疑的便条？
Besides, if I really were the red envelope thief, would I rouse your suspicions by leaving a sticky note in an obvious place like this on the desk?
它的存在，反而更能证明我根本就没有往漫画里塞红包。就是因为没有，我才有勇气在办公桌上留下便条。
Its existence ironically proves that I have never placed any red envelopes in the comic. Because I didn't, I have the gut to leave a note of the desk.
但有时候，最危险的操作就是最安全的操作。
But sometimes the most dangerous move is the safest one.
是吗？说到危险的操作，你们为什么不问问在我之前进来的那个人呢？
Really? Speaking of a dangerous move, why don't you ask the person who came in before me?
我进入
Sandy？
办公室时，他一副做了亏心事的样子，慌慌张张地从里面跑出来，和我擦身而过。
When I entered the office, she hurried out with a guilty look on her face, brushing past me.
看来，他也有意隐瞒了自己慌张的理由啊。
It seems she's also intentionally hiding why she was so nervous.
小侦探，去把在我之前进入办公室的那个人给我叫过来，立刻，马上。
Little detective, get to the room who entered the office before me. Right now, immediately.
收到，牙医姐姐。
Got it, May.
年糕，我求你快想起来谁才是你的队友啊！
Rice cake, please. Remember that I'm your teammate. After Fuhua rushed over, Kiana explained everything that happened. What's so embarrassing about reading the 7 Homus? What makes you so nervous? Oh, I know. If you were hiding the red envelopes you stole in the comics, you should be nervous. I was about to check that pile of gifts in the corner of the office, but I was afraid that you would misunderstood, so I hurried left. Why would you need to check my gifts from someone else? We should check them precisely because they're from someone else. Besides, your office is a mess. It's easy for someone to slip in. Look, even right now. What exactly did you do in my office? Alright, I admit I did not read the comics at all. I was inspecting the office, checking for all the security vulnerabilities. Reading the comics could prove that I was a lazy security advisor and didn't have the time. Therefore, I memorized all the key plots points in the 7 Homus before the detective came looking for me. What? Security check? I bet you were just looking for Madame Teresa's Latin envelopes. It actually sounds like Fuhua. She like 3 steps ahead or so. What if someone had already hidden the red envelopes in the comics then? Little detective, go get the first person who entered the office right now, immediately. Yes, May-senpai. Got it, May. Hey. After Bronya rushed over, Ricey explained everything what happened. Just adding their attendance records is enough for a headache. Why could I have time to steal the red envelopes? But I find it strange that the time of the incidents was narrowed to yesterday's afternoon, when there was plenty of time to commit the crime last night. But the surveillance footage at the end showed that after Miss May left, no one entered the office. This morning, I was again the first person to enter the office. Oh boy, I know we will see Vita here in this event, so probably it's Vita, right? Unless the red envelope thief never entered the office through the door. Rice Cake had a bad feeling, and it suddenly dove into the pile of gifts by the wall that were not checked earlier. Behind the normal gift boxes, there was a hole just big enough for one person to crawl through. At the other end of the hole stood a man wearing sunglasses, casually eating sunflower seeds. What? The thief must have crawled in the box office through the hole behind the pile of gifts, because behind that hole is warehouse number 7, Fuha mentioned that it's only separated from the office by a thin wall. Now everything makes sense. Yesterday afternoon you ran into Miss Mace in the office. Today you tried to cover your tracks but was questioned by the detective and assigned a family guarantee by your boss. Miss Fuhua, you really have tough luck. Never mind, I will do as you say. Oh, giving up already? Red envelope thief? Indeed, Fuhua is suspicious. Little detective, don't jump to conclusion. In this game, you can only use trust attack once. A deep friendly exchange cannot force anyone to speak the truth. So even Madame Teresa, who reported the case, might have lied about being too busy with work to read comics? For example, she hid the red envelopes in the comics herself. And she dug the hole this morning, covering it with gift boxes. When you were investigating the pile of gifts, didn't she try to stop you? Perhaps she orchestrated everything herself. I knew a business rival like you would stab me in the back at a time like this. At this point, I have already made up my mind. Assistant Big Lazy Cat, use that on them. Yes, this is the final battle. Wait a minute, did Detective Ricey solemnly promise that you would not use a trust attack on me? Rice Cake hummed an unfamiliar tune as it averted its gaze. I guess, oh wow, we play with everyone. I guess it's like we also lied once, like by the game rules. Now it's time for the final accusation. Rice Cake, point out the real red envelope thief. I choose you? Damn, do we have really to do that? I don't know who. Corporate boss who lost her red envelope, elusive professional lawyer, risking security consultant. If you don't know any choice, go with the most ridiculous one, reliable assistant. Wait. You want to ask me? Of course, I won't ask Assistant Speak Lazy Cat, but pretending to point you out to give you a scare is pretty fun, eh? If you were a teacher, you would definitely be the type students fear the most. Alright, I will ask someone else. I choose you. Reliable assistant once again. Okay. Oh my god, okay, boss. Okay, Teresa. Literally, works are full of stories where the person reporting the crime is the culprit, but do you really have to pin that out on me? After all, Madame Teresa is quite passive most of the time and often uses awkward laughers to cover up her panic and confusion, just like a guilty criminal. I cannot refuse that at all. With a determined expressive Rice Cake's use trust attack on the red envelope thief in choose. Tell me, are you the real red envelope thief? However, she gave a negative answer. Can we even have a positive answer? How can that be? The detective wins if they recover the red envelopes. However, if the detective fails to identify the real culprit, in the final accusation phase, all suspects wins. No! No, I lose! No, why do you give me this choice? If both conditions are met, then it's a happy win-win situation. Oh, I was scared to death when Rice Cake glanced at me just now. Wait! I wanna do it! Huh? I see. That's why you persuaded Ricey to do overtime investigation, even after it had recovered the red envelopes. The real red envelope thief is Miss Assistant. I knew it! I was right. I was right. I can't hide anything from May, can I? No wonder each character's script needs to be unlocked by the corresponding person. Because the detective and the assistants were not aliases to begin with. If the detective accidentally saw the assistant's script, the game would have ended before it even started. Wow, it's all because I trusted that big lazy cat too much. Oops, sorry. But if I have been honest about my dual identity from the start, we would not have been able to continue the game either, right? Do you remember when I suggested we split up to investigate what's going on in the office, Rice Cake? Yeah, what about it? I checked the desk area. You check the area beyond that. That's actually specifically required in the script. Huh? When Auntie wrote the script, she must have hoped that the assistant would be the first to open the comic book. That's why my script didn't mention where the thief hid the red envelopes last night, and intentionally had me act as an assistant to investigate the near area at the desk. As a result, the biggest highlight of the game is how the assistants can hide their identity as a thief while being heavily suspected. Indeed, that's what I intended. Although there were some hiccups along the way, recovering the red envelopes is good news for Rice Cake. Eh? Yeah, Kiana did everything she could to find the red envelopes, just so I could win. But why do I still feel so gloomy? Hey, big lazy cat, can you walk me through what happened at the crime scene? Otherwise I'm going to feel dizzy again. Okay. In short, the thief broke into warehouse number 7 last night and then drilled through the wall into the office. That's why surveillance cameras at the office door did not capture the thief. And that was when the thief took the red envelopes from the drawer and stuffed them into the comic. As for those gifts, they were delivered by the thief a few days in advance to conceal the hole in the wall. What? You're gonna ask Auntie why she had one character complete so many miraculous feats in the background. Feats? What? Feats. In short, the thief, a master of disguise, first delivered gifts to her boss with the assistant's connections. Then she allowed the lawyer to enter the company through the back door and retrieve a company's work pass. And lawyers have such suits. It's kind of Vita, probably the real lawyer, right? Then, on the lawyer's first day at work, she blamed Bronya, the junior employee who has begun working that day. The lawyer intentionally lost her work pass and even revealed to Bronya that the boss likes 7 homos. The boss received too many gifts and could not remember who sent them, nor does she recall hinting to the person who gave the gifts that she would like to receive 7 homos next time. No wonder that lawyer that fell had the same name as me and even looks similar to me. The only difference is our last names. Wait. I'm Bronya A and she's Bronya B? I thought we could become the unstoppable sisters who will dominate the Jigsaw organization. Wait, what? She's Bronya, what? You have never questioned Bronya's beast origin? Indeed, I should have been suspicious. So, she has been targeting me all along. But what crime can I possibly commit? To let someone like that into the company, your company has too many security concerns. I'm sorry, it's my fault for not disciplining Santi properly. You... Having multiple identities is a great challenge for the actress. It's so that the player can have more room for improvisation. Schemes and plots are also the essence of the role-playing games. Look at me. She perfectly portrayed herself as a manager from a rival company. One that the boss feels that so ordinance they are not questioned. Even the detective is cautious of her. Since Kiana, smiling. Since Kiana hopes to create a win-win outcome, I will help her by going with the flow and spreading suspicion to everyone. He simply likes playing this kind of character. Stop using Kiana as an excuse. I really don't like that much. Really. Let's monitor. Why aren't you saying anything? I want to change out of those clothes first. If Sandy finds out that I impersonated her and failed the objective, she will be nagging at me for months. If you don't tell her, she won't know. And so what if you failed your objective? As long as you had fun, that's all that matters, right? Detective Rice Cake? Yeah. Time is of the essence. You two, come with me to Zone 2. Otherwise, I'm afraid I will miss a huge event that's giving off a wonderful aroma. Indeed, I need to hurry and prepare for the Red and Bell passing event. So far, it's only 1/3 complete. I should not have piled up all those tasks together. Kiana glances apologetically at Rice Cake, but averted her gaze when the latter looked back at her. It's alright, we can prioritize what's important. Let others handle those matters. Let's focus on having fun with Rice Cake first. Yes, that's the most important thing right now. Come on, get moving. Don't just stand here there. Alright. Okay, and we have some... okay. Some cutscene, or whatever it is. Let's start it. Or maybe it's not a cutscene, it's probably just story stage. Under Teresa's guidance, Kiana and Rice Cake arrived at the space filled with tropical vibes, hoping to experience a spring festival carnival event.
我们身边的绿植都是全息投影吗？看起来好逼真啊！
Are all the plants around holograms? They look so realistic.
那是自然，你瞧。
Of course, look. Teresa scrolled into a cluster of lush greenery, and in an instant, dancing blue light cascaded over her body.
看到我手边的小型操控台了吧？你甚至可以根据自己的喜好自定义这片空间的形态。
It looks more like Teresa became a hologram herself. See that small control panel next to me? You can even customize the shape of this space according to your preferences.
只要在词条库里选中3个前缀一致的普通风格词条，就能合成出一个设计师风格的词条。等你凑够7个设计师风格的词条，就可以这样。
When you select 3 regular affixes with the same prefix from the affix library, you can merge them into a designer affix. Once you have 7 designer affixes, you can do this. She confidently presses the merge button. we are in Salt Snow City. The scene before their eyes shifted several times before finally settling on one that was more than just familiar. It was extremely familiar.
白雪木屋高塔，
Snow Cabin Tower?
这不是岩雪圣城吗？
Isn't this Salt Snow Holy City?
大姨妈，你真的没有选什么奇怪的词条吗？还是说这就是你给我们准备的惊喜？
Auntie, are you sure you didn't choose any weird affixes? Or is it the surprise you have prepared for us?
你说的没错，这就是我给你们准备的惊喜。
You're right. This is the surprise I prepared for you.
德蕾莎姐姐的声音虽然充满激情，但我总感觉你头上飘着一团漫画里才会有的阴影。
Though Teresa sounds passionate, I feel like there's a shadow over your head, one that only exists in comics.
什么阴影？我好像完全看不见呢。
What shadow? I don't see anything at all. Teresa gently adjusted her head and stood firmly in front of the two. When she lifted her head, all traces of gloomness has completely vanished.
此刻出现在大家眼前的就是褪去了火热面纱的第二区——扫尘大乱斗区。
Before your eyes, the fiery veil's shadow be lifted from Zone 2, the dust cleaning rumble zone.
大姨妈，扫尘是什么意思啊？
Auntie, what do you mean by dust cleaning?
你瞧，这里只有满地岩雪，明明就是扫雪大乱斗嘛。哎，年糕，你要做什么？
Look, there's only salt snow everywhere here. It's clearly a snow showering bed. Huh? Rice Cake, what are you up to?
岩雪，尝一下吧。
It's like a dog. Salt snow? Oh, I will have a taste. Despite saying taste, Rice Cake opened its mouth wide and excitedly flew towards a pile of snow.
我吃。
I'm eating! Oh, I don't think that's a lot of salt is healthy. 2 seconds later, it grimaces, but this time there was no idol senpai who pranked the blonde girl to blame.
这也是投影出来的东西。
Yeah, this is also a projection.
没事吧？新年乐园里的很多布景都极具迷惑性，你可要小心一点啊。
Are you alright? Many of the decorations in the Spring Festival Park can be quite deceptive, so please be careful.
我知道啦。
Got it. Rice Cake dejectedly left the pile of snow.
在他们面前做了傻事，不行，我必须要成熟一点。
Something stupid in front of them again. No, I must behave more maturely.
那在正式开始活动之前，我先简要介绍一下第二区的背景吧。
Well, before we officially begin the event, let me briefly introduce the background of Zone 2.
为了迎接新年，神州人通常会在年终时进行大扫除。当人们把每个角落的尘垢都清扫干净后，所有坏运气也会被一并扫出家门。这个过程就是扫尘。
To welcome the Spring Festival, people in Senju traditionally perform a thorough house cleaning at the end of the year. When every corner is cleansed of dust and dirt, all the bad luck is swept off the house along with it. This process is called dust cleaning. By the way, it's in my family or like my culture. It is also very traditional to clean everything before New Year.
大姨妈，这是班长告诉你的吧？
Auntie, the class monitor told you about this, right?
在选定每个区域的主题前，我肯定要先请教最了解他的人。总之，第二区的规则跟扫尘有非常密切的关联，所以
Before deciding on the theme for each area, I must first consult those who know it best. In any case, the rules of Zone 2 are closely related to dust cleaning, so...
这里要敲黑板，讲讲重点。
Pay attention, this is important.
大姨妈，你别说太多，不然我也会晕晕。
Auntie, don't say too much. Otherwise, I will get dizzy too.
你们需要找到扭蛋机，并用它抽取一个吉祥物。吉祥物是扫尘时非常强力的清洁工具。如果能在游乐盘的对局中击败其他人，还可以收服对方的吉祥物。
We need to find a capsule machine to use it to draw a mascot. Mascots are powerful cleaning tools during the dust cleaning. If you can defeat others in fun board matches, you can also capture their mascots. Are we playing Pokemon?
我明白了，大姨妈，我们的目标是成为吉祥物收集大师。
I understand. Auntie, our goal is to become a mascot collector master.
是扫尘大王啦！
It's to become the dust cleaning king.
率先集齐所有吉祥物的人可以成为扫尘大王，获得按下消消按钮的权利。只要按下消消按钮，吉祥物就会带着所有坏运气离开。
The first player to collect all mascots will become the dust cleaning king and gain the power to press the clean up button. Once pressed, the mascots will take away all the bad luck with them.
来了，是我最期待的环节。这一次，本大人绝对不会收，不会嘴软。
Here it comes. The moment I have been waiting for. This time, I absolutely won't go easy on them.
不过，我有种不好的预感。
However, I have a bad feeling about this.
从第一区胡闹的剧本，到第二区突然改变的场景，我总感觉这些事情和某个坏家伙脱不了干系，哪怕Kiana在，也不能大意。
From the pranker script in Zone 1 to the suddenly changing scene in Zone 2, I have a feeling that these events are connected to a certain villain. Yeah, I do. We can't let our guard down, even with Kiana around.
更何况，场景已经乱了套，说不定连扭蛋机都……
Moreover, the scene is in disarray. Who knows what if the capsule machine?
大姨妈，扭蛋机是这个吗？
Auntie, is this the capsule machine? Not what? What if the capsule machine?
真是的，你们什么时候……等一下，它不是被安置在500米以外的地方吗？
Jeez, you guys. Wait a second. Wasn't it placed 500 meters away?
有了扭蛋机，德丽莎姐姐的讲解才会更生动嘛。
With the capsule machine, Teresa's explanation will be more vivid.
这台机器看上去倒是与我最初设计的没什么区别。
This machine looks no different from my initial design.
不管了，我先扭下旋钮试试，看看能抽中什么红母。
Whatever. Let me turn the crack and see what homo I can get.
叮咚，这里没有红母，只有各具特色的 Vita。
Hello. Ding dong. There are not any homos here. Only unique Vitas.
Vita，
Oh, yeah.
我就知道是你搞的鬼。
I knew it. I knew you were the behind this.
终于等到你了，亲亲。看到我光滑额头上挂着的台词板了吗？只要念出上面的神奇咒语，就能召唤出一个特别的吉祥物。
Finally found you, sweetie. See the cue card on my smooth forehead? Just recite the magic spell written on it, and you will summon a special mascot.
友情提示，要一字不差才行。
Little reminder, you can't misread a word.
大姨妈，这个台词我可以念。
Auntie, I can read this line.
我也可以。
I can do it too. Probably like Vita's great.
不行的，这边还是需要德丽莎主教亲口说呢，亲亲。这是激活扭蛋功能的必要环节。
Sorry, but Overseer Teresa needs to say it herself, darlings. This is a necessary step to activate the capsule machine function.
我看还是把它砸开，我们自己取吉祥物算了。
Let's just break it open and take the mascots ourselves.
不需要
We don't have to.
，Vita，我知道你想戏弄我，但你太小瞧我了。 你以为我是谁？我是天命的主教，是早就决定好要陪侄女和高高一起玩的长辈。
Vita, I know you want to tease me, but you underestimated me. Who do you think I am? I am the overseer of Chixiles, and I have long decided to be a good elder who plays together with my niece and Ricey.
为了这2个孩子，我什么都可以做的。
I can do anything for those 2 children. Oh, that will go wrong.
我的名字是德丽莎，是世界第一负责的向导，以及世界第一可爱的主教。
Ah, this is cute. I need to memorize those expressions, okay? Memorize those expressions, study them. I need to. How do I study? Like, my name is Teresa. I'm the world's most responsible guide and the world's cutest overseer.
这里是受贤民眷顾的纯洁之城，烟雪圣城1:1复刻版。
This is the city of purity, blessed by the sage, a faithful one-to-one scale replica of Salt Snow Holy City.
作为朋友兼向导，我愿一直陪伴你们左右。
I will always be by your side and your friend and guide.
这样就可以了吧？
That should do it.
请问你是我的主人吗？
Excuse me? Are you my master?
主人？
Master? Before anyone could make sense of those words, something reached out towards her. Undoubtedly, that was Vita's hand.
别碰我！
Don't touch me!
全息投影本来也碰不到啦。啊，真是的，我才刚一出场，好像就被主人嫌弃了。
A hologram cannot be touched anyway. Ah, jeez. I just made my appearance, and it feels like I'm already being rejected by my master.
叮当，恭喜青青抽中了专业级加强版特别限定的新年吉祥物。
Ding dong! Congratulations! You have drawn a professional grade and hence special limited edition Spring Festival mascot.
嗨，你们好呀，我的名字是幸运的
Ah,
Vita，
lucky Vita.
我们可以交个朋友吗？
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Lucky Vita. Would you like to be friends?
你应该庆幸出现在这里的是我们，而不是希尔苏珊娜和石鱼绮罗。
You should be grateful that it's us here and not Cidi, Sushana and Chigurikira.
就像冬瓜不能代替苦瓜那样，主人也不能拿我当成本尊撒气呀。
Just like how winter melons cannot replace bitter lemons, you cannot take your anger out of mine. Instead of my creator.
谁撒气了？我就是有点不习惯和拥有这张脸的人讲话罢了。
Who is angry? I feel a bit uncomfortable talking to someone with that face.
哦，算了，还是静观其变吧。
Never mind. Let's just wait and see what happened.
主人既然抽中了我，我就会全心全意的帮助大家，直到你们成为扫尘大王。啊，你在拿尾巴做什么？
Master, since you have drawn me from the machine, I will help everyone wholeheartedly until you all become the dust cleaning kings. Eh? What are you doing with your tail?
哎呦，掐得好紧，不行，本男人一定要再扭一次。
It's stuck tight. No way, I'm definitely pulling another one.
德丽莎姐姐刚刚都没扭成，幸运的维塔就自己跑出来了。我要帮德丽莎姐姐换货。
Lucky Vita came out on her own when Teresa failed to turn the crack. I will help her exchange for a new one.
高高，谢谢你的好意，但你有没有想过，万一扭出她本人怎么办？
Ricey, thank you for your kindness, but what if the person herself appears when we draft another one?
没关系的，主人，有幸运的维塔在，你不会有这么糟糕的运气。请让年糕大胆用力的扭吧。
Don't worry, Master. With Lucky Vita here, you won't have such bad luck. Please allow Rice Cake to boldly turn the crack with all its might.
就这样讽刺本尊真的好吗？
Is it really okay for you to insult your creator this way?
算了，不纠结这些细枝末节的事。哪怕场景和吉祥物都变了，只要规则没变，游戏就还能继续下去。
Well, forget the minor details. Even if the scene and the mascot have changed, as long as the rules remain the same, the game can go on.
我策划的新年乐园可没有这么脆弱。
The Spring Festival Park I planned isn't that delicate.
说到脆弱，我倒是已经感知到一个最弱、最软、最好捏的吉祥物了。
Speaking of delicate, I have already sensed the weakest, softest, and most squishable mascot.
这又是什么原理？
How does it work?
吉祥物之间会相互吸引，尤其是同等级的吉祥物哦。
Mascots will attract each other, especially those of the same grade.
那不就说明你也是个最弱、最软、最好捏的吉祥物吗？
Does it mean you're also a weak, soft, and easily squishable mascot? I guess that's what it means. Vita is very squishable. So this event is weirdly distinguished, but what is this? Oh, this is like boxes. Huh. Oh, anecdotes. Oh, we will unlock some extra stuff. Okay, this event is definitely much longer than I expected. We will end the first zone here, I would say, right? So it's around somewhat familiar. I see. Probably this is the 3 girls where we will meet.
我在听，你说。
And yeah, so definitely a long time we have to do this event. I'm like 5 days away. Anyway, I will thank you for watching, listening. I wish you a good day, night, afternoon, and see you in the part/episode/zone 2. Take care.